It has been a hard year, and what's happening in the world has taken a toll on many of our relationships. If you think about this last year, right, you have likely spent more time with your partner, your children, your family, or your roommates than you have ever before. And issues that you thought you'd resolved have started popping up again. And the fights and the arguments that were maybe more in the beginning, right? They've possibly now led to just shutting down completely, getting passive aggressive, lashing out, and disconnection. So going to bed sad or angry or lonely and upset, they're all too common right now. And while things at home may feel unsteady, it's possible that you're feeling misunderstood at work and having a hard time setting boundaries because professional and personal right now is very blurred. So, along with that, all of that, then there's also bigger conversations, right? That you want to maybe have with others about politics or systemic racism or COVID. And no matter how it goes, it just ends up with arguing in one reaction after another. So rarely do you feel like there is any resolution to your conversations these days. And the constant mental chatter of I should say something, no, I shouldn't say something. Why did I say that? Why didn't I say that? I'm so annoyed right now. Why can't he or why can't she just listen, just love, just support, just acknowledge? All of that has you tired and exhausted and in a constant state of just like complete depletion and blah, right? So, where you are right now, if this is you, if you're feeling this way, it is completely normal, but it's not an ideal place to be, right? So, where you are now is in this state of suffering and constantly feeling and being let down by yourself, by your partner, by your children, your colleagues, your employers, your employees, right? Everything seems to be letting you down in some way or another. And so, if any of the above that I just talked about has bells going off for you, or you're interacting in a way that does not feel good to you right now and that you don't respect and, where you aren't expressing yourself, there's a very good chance that I can help you. Okay. So I'm leading a 30-day intentional communication challenge to help you take the first step to changing your most important relationships. So this is your most important relationship with yourself, with others, and your environment. So, why does becoming less reactive, more present in your actions, and confident in navigating difficult interactions matter? It matters because it helps reduce stress, anxiety, and overwhelm in your most important relationships. It creates more connection with your partner and your children and your family. And no longer are you holding blame and anger and resentment. So that means you feel lighter and you feel more free and you have more freedom. So your confidence really grows as you say what you want to say without fear of saying it. And you get really clear on what it is that you want. You gain so much clarity and it makes it so much easier to make decisions. And you get time back to really enjoy your life and your relationships instead of spending the majority of your time fighting others or fighting yourself. I'm Cynthia Kane, and I'm the founder of the Kane Intentional Communication Institute, where we help enhance people's lives by teaching them how to become less reactive with their partners and children, more present in their interactions at work, and how to navigate confrontation and difficult interactions with ease. I've been teaching the Kane Intentional Communication Method and helping others achieve these results for many years. And I've taught over 50,000 people the practice to change their communication through my online courses, best-selling books, How to Communicate Like a Buddhist, Talk to Yourself Like a Buddhist, and How to Meditate Like a Buddhist, and the Intentional Communication Training Program. So when students come to me, they know they want to improve their marriages, their relationships with their children and their friends, their interactions with colleagues. They just don't know how or where to start. And this was where I started years ago as well. So after my first love passed away unexpectedly, I went on this quest to feel better. And what all my exploring and learning during this time did was confirm that for me to change the way I live in the world, I needed to change how I interacted with it. And to do that, it meant I needed to change how I communicated with others and myself. I all I wanted to stop being passive aggressive. I wanted to stop being judgmental and critical. I really wanted to be able to receive a compliment, for somebody to be like, "Hey, you look so great today," and me be able to say, "Thanks," and not, go into, oh, well, I just took a shower, or, oh, it's the pants. I wanted to just be able to receive that. I wanted to be able to handle criticism. I wanted to have different types of interactions with my family and employers and friends, and to feel confident in how I communicated. And I wanted to be able to be in confrontational situations and not just shut down. And I wanted all this, but I had no idea where or how to start. And so this is what I started. I started with a challenge to myself to see if I could speak in a kind, honest, and helpful way. Could I speak in a kind, honest, and helpful way to myself, to others, and to the world? And this was where it began for me, with challenging myself to practice, to show up each day. And this is what I want to offer you. So before I tell you more about the 30-day intentional communication challenge, I have to let you know that it is only available this week. This is only something that I bring out once a year. I bring it out during this time of year because it's really important as we're in the last year of the last month of the year, to be able to release a lot of that which is no longer serving us. And a lot of what is no longer helping us anymore is the way that we are communicating with ourselves and with others. And this way you get a whole new communication practice, which is pretty much a new way of engaging in your relationships to begin 2021. Imagine that. So since you're watching this, either you're ready to change your communication for yourself, or you want to do this for your family, your friends, your career. Whether you want to improve your relationships with your children or partner, or speak more honestly and confidently at work, or find new ways to lead others and connect, this 30-day challenge is going to help you. My challenge to you, it is so very simple. Every day for 30 days, you'll do a morning and evening communication practice. This will be accompanied by a daily email that supports the practice for each day. And included are guided meditations to incorporate into your daily communication practice, because meditating each day is going to help you begin to really focus on one thing at a time, to become more present within your conversations, and to help you begin to respond instead of react. So if you haven't meditated before, don't worry. I'm also including an introduction to a meditation and mindfulness workshop that will teach you how to get started. So your investment in the 30-day communication challenge is just $1 a day. $1. So $1 a day to start changing the way you interact with yourself, others, and your environment. The challenge is going to show you that it is possible to start shifting the way you communicate through awareness. So you're going to get a lot of clarity around your communication style and your patterns, which is really how you begin to change them. What you will find over these next 30 days is that you'll be slowing down, having different kinds of interactions, seeing yourself and others differently within your conversations. You're going to start speaking in a kind, honest, and helpful way, and you're going to experiment with a new way of communicating. If you're ready to start connecting with those in your life the way that you want to, building confidence to ask for a raise or get a promotion and start feeling more comfortable in discomfort, then join me in this challenge. The 30-day intentional communication challenge is meant to get you started, right? It's meant to get you started with seeing communication differently through a softer and gentler lens. It's to help you truly see how you're interacting now, so you can decide if that's how you want to continue or not. And a quick note on this. This challenge, it is not going to teach you the practice of the Kane intentional communication method. The intentional communication training program is what does that, okay? This challenge is to jumpstart a new way of interacting, to get you making daily commitments and taking daily action to start changing your communication now. The challenge is a PDF and email challenge. This means once you sign up, you'll receive the 30-day intentional communication challenge PDF that has all your morning and evening communication practices in it. You'll also receive a daily email from me to help you stay on track and keep you accountable. And I've also included guided meditations and an introduction to meditation and mindfulness workshop. Some of the frequently asked questions I get that I want to just touch on now is, when does it start? So the minute that you sign up, you can get started at your own pace. A lot of people ask, do I have to do it now if I sign up? No, you don't. You can purchase the challenge and do it right away, or you don't have to do it right away. If you don't want to do it right away, because this is something you can do at your own pace, all I would say is that you want to make sure to save the daily emails that are going to be coming to you and go through them when you do start the challenge. How does it work? This is a PDF and email challenge, which means you download the PDF that has all your daily commitments, and it will take you through the next 30 days. Then each day you receive an email from me to keep you accountable and on track. And then you'll also download the meditations so you can listen to them on your phone or your computer, and then you're all set. Okay. Other people ask, what's the difference between this challenge and the Daily Own course? As some of you may know, there's a Daily Own course that I have, How to Communicate Like a Buddhist, and then Turn Off the Enemy in Your Mind. The Daily Own course, it teaches you the basics of the Cain intentional communication method. There is no teaching with this challenge. This is just doing. It is daily action for you to start becoming more aware of how you interact with yourself, others, and your environment. Other question I get, is there one-to-one with Cynthia during this challenge? No, there is not one-to-one with me, but I will be in the comments answering questions and offering support the whole way through. How much does it cost? It is $1 a day. So for only $30, you can start shifting the way you interact with yourself, others, and your environment. This time, I'll be doing the challenge with you. I do the challenge every year at the same time to recommit to this practice. So make sure after you purchase, you introduce yourself in the comment section so I can get to know you, and we'll be there for each other along the way. This challenge is here to help you really see how possible it is to change the way you communicate. And I know you can do it. I know you can. I've helped over 50,000 people now start connecting in a different way. And if they all can do it, well, you can too. So your next step is really to click the order button below and receive the 30-day intentional communication challenge in your inbox today. If you have any questions whatsoever, just let me know. Send me an email, cynthia@intentionalcommunicationinstitute.com. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the challenge and seeing what these next 30 days have in store for you and your partner and your children and your work, all of it. Mwah.